Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It's Saturday evening and I was having a little puzzlement to myself about national insurance payments in the UK. So if you don't know, here in the UK, certainly for those of us who are employed and self-employed and all that sort of stuff, there is such a thing as national insurance contributions. And employers pay some and employees pay some. And that is what the Chancellor has now cut for the second time. And I'm wondering why he chose to cut national insurance contributions instead of income tax. Now, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know how it all works. I do know that national insurance is mainly for your pension and benefits, like disability benefits and stuff. So that was the thing when it started. When you started working, you would pay in a proportion, a small proportion of your income. And that meant that once you retired, you then still had an income, you had your pension. And that was supposed to mean that you wouldn't be, from Victorian times, some poor old person that didn't have any money coming in. So that was what that was for. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but are we not living longer nowadays? Are we not, retiring, even although they put the pension age up? There's so many people living for so much longer. And people, as you get older, have disabilities, etc. Why would you reduce the national insurance contributions twice? Now, it seemingly only pays a notational amount to the National Health Service. That's not its main purpose. But with the National Health Service struggling so much, and it's not going to stop struggling so much, surely you could have taken more out of the national insurance pot to help the National Health Service if it's struggling so much. Why would you reduce it twice? I don't understand. And I'm now thinking, I've got approximately 10 years until I retire, if I last that long. I do not want to be retiring on some pittance after working from age 17 to age 67. I expect to be able to live comfortably. That's why I pay in national insurance. That's what I was given to understand my contributions were going towards. I personally actually thought a lot of it was going towards the National Health Service. It seems not. It seems only a very small percentage is going to the National Health Service. Personally, I would be happier if they upped the national insurance payment so that they could help the National Health Service. However, I would only be happy with that if they went after all the multi-millionaire tax avoiders and the companies who cheat the system and the accountants who deliberately make up tax avoidance schemes. Until they do that, until they go after those who are cheating the system out of millions, I do not expect them to be taking more money off me. However, if they level the playing field on chasing people, then I'm happy for such things to be increased. Because certainly, as I say, I do not expect to be working 50 odd years to be struggling to keep the heating on in my house. And that's what's happening to pensioners nowadays. And that wasn't the deal that they were made. The deal was they worked, they paid in, and they would get a decent pension to look after them in their old age. And don't even start me on what happens if they need care. At the moment, we are sitting probably on average of £2,000 per week fees for care homes. And if you own a property, it needs to be sold. So You work, you save. All these people that bought their houses, that are now living in their houses, they need to be sold if they need to go into care, unless they've done some stuff beforehand. So what do they get left with? Well, they think, at least if they manage to get into a wee rental accommodator, they think that they've got their pension. They've got nothing to leave their children anymore, but they think they've got their pension, but that goes into the care home fees as well. So they've got nothing. So yeah, why? Why would you reduce the national insurance payments when people are living longer and are going to need that? I'm very confused. So yeah, that's my thought for the day. Catch you later.